Oh, sweet. Okay. Killed it. Killing it. We're doing big things, Robbie. Hey guys, how's it going? It is the end of the day. It's been a beautiful day. I just spilled my hot chocolate. So, you know, it's on par for everything else. But it was a beautiful day. It was such a good day. I've got Freya being a little love today. She has not gotten much attention today, and she's letting me know very clearly. So we are doing our Q&A, our weekly Q&A that we do. I'm using Brent's phone, so it's gonna take me a second to figure this out. I'm filming on my phone. Questions are on Brent's phone. I'm not using my other camera. We got a new microphone, and turns out that my new mics that I bought they're not compatible with my camera that I use. I use a GoPro, I use the 11, and I bought the Rode Wireless Pro or something like that, and they're not compatible unless I buy another piece of equipment. It's like an $80 piece of equipment that I have to buy. So just bought these very, very expensive microphones, and of course they don't work because that would be my exact luck. So we are gonna go, I think, on a date tonight, and we're gonna go down to Chico, half-hour drive, and we're gonna go out to dinner. And I looked, and Best Buy says that they have the piece that I need to be able to use my GoPro with the microphones. And I like to record Q&As with a microphone. I try to record a lot of my videos with microphones for the sole purpose of you guys being able to hear it a little bit better. There are times that I just don't want to mic up because it's like 5 extra minutes, and then I've got a wire hanging out with me the entire time. And it's actually a lot of work to wear a mic the entire time that I'm gardening. So it's actually also really crummy because I break the lavalier mics, which is this piece. It like is a cord, it goes down, it goes into the box. Let me show you guys. It goes into the box right here, and I break this part all the time, mostly because I put it in my back pocket and it bends right here, and so this little piece right here kind of breaks, and they're like 80 bucks a piece for like the correct ones. I bought ones that were like $10, $12 a piece, and they're just absolute garbage. It's a very expensive hobby, gardening and filming. Anyways, we did 6 videos this week. Let me pull them up. We did our Q&A from last week. We did growing our own broom and sponges. That was the loofahs and broom corn. Growing potatoes, garden tour, edging install day, and the best kind of day in the garden. It was a really good week, a very productive week. I got a lot of stuff done, even with some crazy weather that we had. We have nothing but like blue skies and beautiful weather on our forecast right now, which is really, really nice. And so it's gonna be a really good week. I've got a lot of things planned for the week. We're gonna go plant shopping 2 days, I think. And I've also got some like removal that's happening in the garden. So there's a lot of things happening this next week. And I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get the gravel delivered. It's just time. So I gotta find time. Okay, anyways, let's jump into it, to the 6 videos. First video was the Q&A, and I think I just pulled 2 or 3 questions from that. There weren't really many on there. First question on that video was from Mare Beth, and she had said, Robbie, if you got your steel bar under the pavers, could you lift the pavers all in one piece? Just a suggestion. It's not a paver. I think I went over this in the week prior's Q&A, maybe. I can't remember which questions I answer, which ones I don't. Anyways, it's all a like long slab of concrete. It just has these like lines in it that they're not cracked all the way down, and the cement was poured directly on the ground, and so like the cement is very thin in the middle, and then it gets very thick towards the edge. It was like rounded, the ground, when they poured it, so it's not even like usable pieces of concrete or anything, and they're all at the dump now. And that's how the rest of the concrete on our property was poured, was the exact same way. So when it gets lifted, because it's all going to get lifted, unfortunately it's not going to be able to be lifted in like little squares. I'm looking at the concrete that's right there, and it's just gonna have to get broken up, and they're way too heavy. I mean, each one of those would probably be like a 50-pound bag, so I don't want to deal with that. But we're just taking it to the dump 1 vehicle load at a time. Which we actually found out something really cool, that our local yard waste company, it's called Green Waste of Tehama, they take all of our concrete for free. If we get it there, they take it for free. So it's literally costing us nothing to get rid of this except for gas to drive it there because we are using the CRV. Next question on the video is from Carrie, and she had said, I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, appreciate that. I have a question regarding the concrete removal. Have you considered using I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Gabion cage to make benches or as the base for a long, I cut the question off when I took the screenshot of it. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. I actually ended up researching it more after this, and they look a little too modern for me. I really like the look of them. I think that they're really cool, and they're actually not that expensive to buy pieces for it. I think I looked up the like smashed concrete ones, and I looked up ones that had like rocks in it, and I think I only like the ones that have the rocks in them. So I also think it might be a little too modern for what we're going for here. I think it's a really like cool indestructible like construction. My gosh, indestructible. Industrial. Oh, okay. I think it's a very industrial look to it, and that's not kind of the look we're going for. We're gonna go very cottagey. If I was going that route, I would definitely go for it. I've seen some people that use it as like an art piece in their garden, and I don't think our garden is like big enough to have it as like a cool art piece. I also don't think I'm like brave enough to do that. I'm not that brave. But I do like the look of them for more like industrial gardens and modern gardens. The last question on that video is from Stacy, and she had said, hey, helpful tip. When you review your weekly videos, maybe show a little clip from them. I would love to, but it's so much more work. It adds so much more work to editing videos. It's not like, it sounds so easy just to like throw a microphone on, and it sounds so easy just to like add an additional clip, but it is so much work, and I currently am working like 70 hours a week between YouTube and between my other job. It's like, yeah, 70 hours a week. So maybe when I can afford a full-time video editor and like somebody who does this for their profession and I can pay them, then I will have them do that. But until that happens, you're stuck with what I can do as editing videos, or what Brent can do with editing videos. And if it's something that like is crazy that happens on the screen when there's like two of me on the screen, that's me throwing something in there. Brent does like the Q&A videos because they're super fast for him. And for me, they're very tedious because I saw myself editing the whole video, or I saw myself filming the whole video, and all it is just popping the questions up on the screen. But he has to watch the entire thing, and I'll have like an hour and a half of footage to be shrunk down into like 30 minutes of a video. So it's a lot of work. I mean, it takes probably like 3 hours to edit a Q&A video, and I don't want to add another layer onto that. So when I get a full-time editor, I'll have things pop up. Until then, I'm working till 11 o'clock basically every night. I'm actually at the point now where Brent takes my phone for me at nighttime. Otherwise, I don't unwind, and I will just continue working. So now, come like 8:30, he takes my phone. I put my phone on airplane mode, and I just give it to him because I cannot trust myself to stop working and unwind at the end of the day. Okay, next video was the growing my own broom and sponges, and they're coming along so well. The broom is huge already, and the loofahs, a couple of them have already sprouted. They have not all sprouted, which is fine because I only wanted like 1 or 2 plants. I don't want 6 plants. I only want 1 or 2. I just did that many because I knew mentally that the germination rate was super low on it. The corn, it looks like every seed came up, which is crazy to me. Let's get into it. First question on that video was from Scribney. Sorry. And they had said, I have never used a natural loofah. Do they soften in the water when you use them? I don't want to tear my face off. I would not really use it on my face. I use it like in the corners of my nose because I get really oily there with my face wash, but I use it for like my back, I use it for like my arms, places that can handle it a little bit rougher. They do soften up, but they're still very like, I mean, you see how like fibrous they are, so it's pretty thick. They're great for like cleaning like dishes in the kitchen, for like in replacing your sponge. They're great for that. They're great for like cleaning the bathroom, cleaning like your back, your legs, your arms, like exfoliating that way. And I wouldn't use it on your face. Next question on that video was from, okay, I don't know how to pronounce that one. I'm sorry. I usually have Brent here to help me read the names, because you guys know I'm so bad at reading, and like I'm super dyslexic, and so like I totally read things totally wrong. So this one says, Robbie, question about the neighbor's tree in the back. Will you be trimming that back so that the vine can grow on the metal grid? It looks like the vine wants some sun. Didn't know you could grow our own loofah sponges. And you're talking about right here in this corner. See that branch that's hanging down right there? There's a shrub there. I usually cut it back on like right to the fence line every single year, just because it starts to like grow down. You can see like that one's already starting to grow down, and then we can't like walk back this way. So yeah, I will be cutting that shrub just to the fence line. I actually really like it because it offers both sides. It offers us some privacy and it offers them some privacy. Next question on that video is from Old Garden Gal, and she had said, I love this video. I learned a lot. Thank you. Do you have t-shirts for sale with Visit Our Garden on it? I do. They're on our website, visitourgarden.blog. And we've got sizes from, I think small, I think extra small is already sold out. We have small up to, I think like 3X. I think that's the sizing that we did. I don't know. Brent manages the shipping and the like product ordering and all of that for me. Last question on that video is from Kathy, and she had said, good morning from Duluth. I grew broom corn 2 years ago. It was amazing. I have to figure out a way to make a broom now. Any ideas? I saved a bunch of the seeds. Okay, we're gonna learn together. After this year, after I get all my broom corn grown, we will figure it out together, because I have never done it. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. Something about they like braid them together around a stick. We're gonna watch a YouTube video or two, and then we'll learn together. I'll show you all of the fails, do not worry. The next video that we did was growing potatoes, and I love growing potatoes just as much as I love growing garlic and onions. Those are like so easy to grow, all three of those. Potatoes are just absolutely fabulous to grow in the garden. Very, very easy. And once they die, you know they're ready to be harvested. There's no question. So let's get into the questions from the video. First question on that video was from Pamela, and she had said, Robbie, I've been vegetable gardening for 40 years now and always planted my potatoes eyes up. Is that not right? Okay, I had a couple of you say that, and I've always planted them eyes down. So I guess it doesn't really matter. When I worked on a farm years ago, when I was in high school, I worked on a farm with my mom. She was a cook there, and they did gardening, and they had chickens. It was basically a homestead. And we always planted them eyes down. I never questioned it. That's just the way I did it. And we always had amazing potato harvest. I don't think it matters too much, because, you know, if you've got a whole potato, there's eyes all around the whole potato. And so I don't think it matters too much the way that you like totally plant them. So if you're doing it one way and I'm doing it the other, and we're both getting great results, perfect. It doesn't really matter. The next question on that video was from a friend, and they had said, what kind of fertilizer? If we have 3 to 4 days of rain, is it okay? Yeah, we had like 5 days of rain after I planted those potatoes. I mean, it was raining while I planted them. Totally fine. And I'm going to be using the EB Stone Sure Start this year. And I'm only using it because it's what's available. Easy for me to get. I love using this MoMA Biotone, Plant Tone, all of the tones. I really love using them. They're just not easy for me to get. I can only order Biotone from Amazon, and it's like $50 for like a small, medium-sized bag of it. The Sure Start, it's a very small bag. The Sure Start, which I've only ever used it at my grandmother's house, and I know Janie uses it, and it's just very easy for me to get it. It's in abundance here, so I'm able to just find it, so that's what I'm gonna use. Next question on that video was from Michelle, and she had said, Robbie, question, can you wash off growth inhibitor? Will they grow from other eyes too, now that they are underground? Okay, all of the eyes on the potato will, like, they have the potential to produce more like root growth and more potatoes. So all of the eyes will grow. And then washing off the growth inhibitor, I've never heard of that happening. I don't exactly know how it gets sprayed or how much of it actually gets like absorbed into the potato itself. I doubt you can wash it off. But I mean, I'm trying this year with potatoes that I bought from the grocery store. So I'm sure those ones were sprayed with a growth inhibitor. I'm sure if you bought like organic potatoes, it wouldn't be a problem because organic potatoes aren't going to be sprayed with anything. So I would just buy organic potatoes if that's what you want to do, and then you don't have to worry about it. Next question on that video was from Lori, and she'd said, curious, where do you store your potatoes so they can last over the year? I live in a similar weather with hot California summers. Thanks for sharing this beautiful start to my day. We have a root cellar, which technically I could store all of my potatoes in. I don't. Our root cellar stays really cool even in the summertime. I mean, we'll hit like 112, 113 during the summer, no problem. But we just store them inside. Our house is pretty well insulated in our kitchen, and they're in a dark, like cool area. They don't go in the fridge. They don't go sitting on the counter. I just keep them in like kind of like cooler, I keep them in a slightly cooler and a dark area. If my root cellar was like more insulated and I knew like field mice couldn't get into my root cellar, 100% they would just go in the root cellar, but I don't trust that. Last question on that video is from Angie, and she had said, thanks for the tips. I'm giving this a try. Wish me luck. Where can you purchase seed potatoes? Okay, good luck. You can purchase seed potatoes. I've bought them from Home Depot multiple times. I think like 4 times I've bought seed potatoes from Home Depot. You can buy organic potatoes from the grocery store. You can buy them from Johnny's Seed. You can buy them from Baker Creek. Pretty much most seed companies do offer like seed potatoes, and they offer garlic, and they offer all those like extra things. But you have to order them at a certain time of the year. So a lot of the year it'll say sold out because they're not selling it to you in the middle of summertime. So I would look there. You can also buy like sweet potato slips, which are just like the sprouted pieces of the potato that already have a root growing, and they show up, and then you just plant the slips. Super easy if you're wanting to grow sweet potatoes. The next video that we did was the garden tour, and it had been so long since we did a garden tour. Like, I mean, months. It's been so many months since I did a garden tour, and I wasn't feeling up to doing a garden tour. Because like, I mean, the garden's a mess. I've got like piles of dirt everywhere. I've got metal fencing in certain places. I've got grasses that are dying. I mean, I'm just living the dream over here, okay? And I was not feeling it. And I decided, you know what? We're gonna tell it as it is, and we're gonna show it as it is. The lawnmower died after Brent had mowed like 2 passes in the lawn. So the lawn was scraggly. We're just gonna show it like it is. This is very, very real over here. And we did it, and I was actually happy. I'm very happy that we did it, because it made me go back to when we had first started filming videos, and there was a lot of things that I didn't film because I didn't want to show it, and now I don't have video of what it used to look like, and I don't have photos of what it used to look like because I wasn't proud of it and I didn't love the way it looked. So this is my reminder to myself. Get out there, take the video, take the photo, remember what it looks like 6 months from now, because in 6 months from now, you're gonna love the space, and you're gonna wish that you knew what it looked like 6 months prior. So I'm very happy that we went out and did that garden tour. So first question on that video was from Lauren, and she had said, are the birds in the trees waxwings? Here in the UK, people get so excited when they migrate over here. It makes me laugh that you have a whole tree and you are over them, whereas it would be breaking news over here. Yeah, they definitely are waxwings. They're up in the tree right now. I think some of them might have left because they're not nearly as loud in the morning. Like, the second the sun starts to rise, they go crazy. It was too much. Couldn't even sleep in the mornings. The poop was unbearable. It was so bad. So I think that they've started to leave. I don't know if they just like picked the tree clean, because I'm seeing very few berries on that tree, which is actually really, really nice. I still see a lot of berries. Yeah, they're the waxwings. I don't know anything about birds. I'm not in my birding era. Brent's in his birding era. He likes birds. I actually bought him a birding book. I like our finch though. That's about it. Oh, also, this reminded me, I am going to be getting Botox very soon. Not specifically cosmetically, slightly cosmetically, but I'm getting it for my migraines. I'm gonna try it out. It's gonna be very expensive, but I think it'll be worth it because I'm still getting migraines so badly and so often. So they inject it like in my temples. and in the back of my head. We're gonna wait for the train. So I'm gonna get Botox. So when I look like this, don't be alarmed. Anyways, next question on that video was from Susan, and she had said, what paint color is on the chicken coop? The Great Door. The green that we use is called Herb Cornucopia, and I love this color. It's very green, but it's not like in your face green. It's like a muted green. Have you guys heard of like Disney's colors, like the go away green and the like, they've got like a blue one also. It like reminds me of the go away green, like your eyes just kind of like scan over it and it's very like peaceful. And I don't know, it just looks very natural. Herb Cornucopia, I love this color. I think I'm gonna paint our front door this color. We just painted our front door not too long ago too. Next question on that video was from Heather, and she had said, Robbie, have you thought about using your potted plant trellis stand for herbs and place the And place it in the vegetable garden? I hadn't thought about that. That's really, really smart. Why did I not think of that? We're gonna do that because that's a genius move. Oh my gosh, I've been wandering around the garden. I've been wondering what I should do with that. Herbs. Perfect, and it's beautiful. Thank you. This is why I love the comment section sometimes. You guys are just so helpful. Next question on that video, I guess also relates to that. It's from Susan, and she had said, Robbie, have you thought about green stalks? They're awesome for lettuce and strawberries and the critters leave them alone. I thought about it. They just don't go with my aesthetic. I just don't think they're the most like beautiful thing in the world. While I think that they're extremely like functional and like space saving. And if I had like a greenhouse, like a poly like tunnel or something like that, I would probably buy one because the space would be like so nice. The vertical space would be amazing to have. I just can't do it. And I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to like them. I don't think they're that beautiful. So until something else comes along that is aesthetically pleasing, to me, like aesthetics are everything. I don't think I'm gonna be using green stock, but I would love something like them because I think that it's a great idea. Next question's also from Susan. She's just full of ideas. She had said, what about just building your deck over the current patio? That's what I meant. I totally meant to say that. If we build a deck, I will just build the deck over the patio instead of removing it. But if we decide to just do like a gravel area or something like that, which I think we're both really leaning towards the idea of a deck. But if I do like a gravel patio, I will have to remove all of that. It just sounds like a lot of work, so that would save us a lot of time. Next question on that video is from Simone, and they had said, looks great, exciting signs of spring. Have you considered reducing the grass in the backyard and widening your flower bed on both sides? Room for more plants and bigger drifts. We are going to be getting rid of a lot of the grass this year and a ton more planting space. I have got to get rid of all of the concrete first. And then we're going to get rid of a lot of the grass because I would like bigger drifts and I would like to have more like meandering pathways through the garden. This garden isn't a formal garden. It just isn't, and I can't force it to be. So I'm gonna add touches of formality, like the espalier and the espaliered apple, but keep it true to like meandering and like cozy feeling. I want cozy in this garden. Next question on that video is from Deidre's Florida Garden, and she had said, how many Dusty Miller plants did you start with in that spot by the lamb's ear? I may have overplanted thinking that they don't get that big. I think that was 4. They do get pretty big, and I cut them down. Like, I mean, if you're in Florida, you should be able to keep them over. Those ones are like 3 years old, and that was like a 6-pack, and those were just like the leftovers from the 6-pack, and they're like old, and I just kind of like cut them back. Next question on that video was from Jan, and she had said, you are so fortunate to have cedar waxwings in your yard. They arrive in flocks, eat the berries, and then leave. Could you post what kind of tree they're in? They're in a privet tree. I hate privet trees. And so this is the first year that we've really noticed them in that tree. They're very, very quiet right now. They get very quiet when I come outside. This is the first year we've noticed them in the trees like this, like in this big of mass. They're in a privet tree. I would not recommend planting a privet tree though, just to attract them, because privet trees are absolutely awful. total mess, garbage of a tree. Next question on that video is from Patty, and she had said, love your garden tour. You spoke several times about removing and getting rid of certain plants. Do you relocate, donate, or compost them? So I will either relocate them if I want to keep them in the garden, and then I will try to see if anyone will take them. That way they get a second chance somewhere else, and if after like a day or two nobody takes them, nobody wants them, then they just go into our yard waste bin, which I've come to find out that like, a lot of places don't do this. We have 2 yard waste bins, and we can throw any type of like green material into our yard waste bin and not worry about it. So we just like throw it in there, and then it all gets composted at our local like landfill company, which I guess like a lot of people don't have that, which is kind of weird to me. We have 2 cans and we have a compost bin. Last question on that video was from Jill Bruce, and she had said, great tour. I like hearing you say you were going to remove the plants that are not performing well. I agree and have been doing that too. Freya is so beautiful. Her ears are so expressive. Oh my God. Yes. Does she seem to be mourning her yard mate? Yeah, she's kind of been really weird. Like really weird about it. She's not normally one who likes to cuddle or like have any attention. She wants attention for like 2 minutes and that's it. And then like if we slightly move or if there's too much petting going on, she runs away. She's gone. She hates it. Now, she's like sleeping in the bed with us for long periods of time. She's wanting to cuddle on the couch. She's wanting to like be by our side the entire time. She is definitely mourning, and so is our other dog, Sadie. And they've both been very weird, very different. Not their normal selves. I mean, they will be okay. You know, I mean, we did the whole thing where we let them see him being like buried, and we let them be there like when he did pass and all of those things. So they know what happened. We didn't just like, you know, not have Wesley here one day. So they were there for the entire thing. So she's definitely mourning, and so is Sadie. Sadie's been really weird about it. Next video that we did was the starting the new walkway. It looks so good, and it's already started to rust because it rained after I had installed it, and it looks so good. I cannot wait to get the gravel down. First question on that video is from Powd Mama, and she had said, just curious why you chose to recess your gate door to the backyard instead of having the door be flush with the rest of the gate. I like it, just curious. I wanted it to like draw you back. I wanted it to be like crystal clear that it was a gate. I didn't want it to feel like, okay, like, yeah, there's a gate there and it just looks like part of the fence. I wanted it to be like, this is clearly the direction we go and there is something back there. So it was more like a pull you in type of thing. The next question on that video was from Sandra, and she had said, hi Robbie, have you thought about keeping your red brick around the fountain? It might be pretty with a couple pots on it also. I initially was going to keep the red brick there. That was the initial plan. But I just don't want to have so many different types of material on the property. I want everything to start really feeling super cohesive. And so I think what I'm going to do is bring all of the brick into one set area. I think it's going to be the vegetable garden is where it's going to ultimately end up going. I need to find something that I can do with it because I love brick. Like I got those bricks for free. I pulled those out of a ditch, out of some guy's property. He had posted on Facebook, free bricks. You have to go climb down this ditch and go get them. And I did, and I hauled them all. I drove like an hour to go get them. And I love the way bricks look. And I want to find something very special to do with them. I would love if and when I eventually get a greenhouse to be able to use those bricks maybe as like the flooring in it. I want to find something special to do with them because I love the way that bricks like look. They just give such a like cozy cottagey vibe. Another train. Next question on that video was from Sydney, and she had said, looks amazing Robbie, I like the idea of the fountain mixed with the flower bed. Sorry, the train. It really would be a wonderful surprise walking down the path. Will you be using landscape fabric on the path to reduce weeds? I'm probably gonna end up using the landscape fabric. We didn't use it in the driveway, but I think I'm gonna definitely use it in the walkway. Not only for weed reason, but also because it's just dirt underneath there, and I'm not gonna put a base gravel down. I probably should, but I'm not going to. And so I'm just gonna do like a weed fabric, which we have a whole bunch of, and I'm also then just gonna put the gravel on top of that. That's gonna make it so that the gravel doesn't like sink down into the dirt and the dirt doesn't start coming up, which we've noticed in other areas, and I think it'll just keep it a little cleaner. I know that weeds eventually will pop up, but it should help quite a bit, so, especially with it being under the privet tree. I don't want to give anything another reason to be growing a privet tree in that area. So yeah, weed fabric, we're gonna use the DeWitt Pro because I already have a whole bunch of it from the cut flower garden. Last question on that video was from Sandy, and she had said, liking the widened walkway, may I suggest leaving the bricks that support the fountain? We'll be leaving those. Don't worry, those are definitely gonna be staying. I think there's like 6 or 8 underneath it, and I'm gonna leave all of those. That fountain is not gonna get picked up or moved at all. It is so heavy, and if it broke, I can't get a replacement because the guy that sells the fountain doesn't do this anymore. So the bricks underneath the fountain that are supporting it will be staying because I'm not gonna mess with that. And it's gonna keep it raised up a little bit higher, so that's why. And the very last video that we did was the best kind of day in the garden, and wouldn't it be so nice to spend every morning like that in the garden? Some fog rolling in that burns off by the afternoon, and flowers and very small little projects, but you still feel like you accomplished a lot. It was a good day. It's what I needed. Just a few questions on that video. First question was from a friend, and they had said, does Brent give you flowers? No. He kind of has special instructions to not give me flowers because flower shop flowers are so expensive. I just can't justify it when I grow so many here. So nope, he does not give me flowers. I think I would probably get more annoyed if he bought me flowers. Unless they're like the ones from Safeway that are like super cheap, and then I can arrange them, because I will fuss with the flowers when they show up. If they come from a flower shop or anything like that, I will mess with them. So it was kind of a waste to have somebody else arrange them anyways. Next question on that video was from Gigi, and she had said, lovely morning to you, Robbie. You make such beautiful flower arrangements. Did you take classes for that, or are you just super talented? I'm gonna say I'm just super talented, but my thought process behind it is just shove as many in as you can. And the more you get in there, the fuller it looks, and then nobody notices any gaps or any weird things. Next question on that video was from Keisha, and she had said, hello, question for your hellebores. How many hours of sun do you give? Ours get probably, they're all on one side of our property except for one of them. They all probably get like 4 hours of sun. And then it's morning sun. So it's not even like hot sun or afternoon sun or anything like that. It's like morning sun, and it's just a few hours. And then they're in like dappled sun the rest of the day. I don't know. They don't love full sun. I planted one in an area that gets full sun on this side of our property. It's in the front yard, and it's always wilty. So I think a little bit more shade makes them happier. Next question on that video was from Fabric and Flowers, and they had said, love it, so peaceful. Random question. I know you do hair, but who cuts your hair? It's whoever has an opening when I also have an opening. I don't really take new clients. My schedule is so booked when I go to work. I'm doing like, I don't know, 8 to like 12 clients, sometimes even more in a day. It's like non-stop haircuts when I'm there. Every 30 minutes, there's a new client in my chair. And so full days, and if I can schedule in like a 30-minute window that somebody else also has a 30-minute window because we're a super busy shop, then I can get my hair cut. But you guys know, like, sometimes I go really long in between getting a haircut, and so do like the other coworkers at my shop. Like, we're all so bad about getting our haircut because at the very end of the day, the last thing we all want to do is like one more haircut. So it's like when I can schedule getting it in with somebody else's schedule. It's just whoever has an opening. And the very last question of the week was from Tina, and she had said, love the arrangement, Robbie. How do you get those hellebore stems so long? Mine are always short. I don't know. I thought they were all naturally long. And I had a few you guys comment saying that you guys had short hellebore stems. It might be a variety. It might be, I mean, ours get a ton of water, like a ton of water, and very little sunlight. I don't know. Treat them terribly. That's what I do. Okay, that is gonna be it for this video. I'm starting to get bit by mosquitoes, and my hot chocolate's almost empty. I also did see questions, but I don't know if I pulled it. This is a Mexican hot chocolate, and I had some of you guys ask, how do you make that? You do your hot chocolate packet with milk. You do it on the stove, of course, not on the microwave. We're not barbarians. On the stove, your milk, a packet of hot chocolate, and then you do vanilla, cinnamon, chili powder, and star anise. I don't have vanilla and I don't have star anise, so it's got like a little spice to it, and it's got the cinnamon in it, and it's so delicious. Even better when you have the like spices and the other things in it. It's just, I know, anything you can add to hot chocolate to make it even better. If you can add just vanilla, so good. Vanilla and cinnamon, even better. All right, you guys, that is gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna go inside now. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for coming along with me last week, and I can't wait to show you guys what we do this week. Bye, guys.